If you just started your PM journey, all the project templates, reports, and trackers may feel like a maze. But here's the truth. Project management documents are a PM's best friend. When they're used right, they bring structure, clarity, and success to your projects. I've managed and consulted on thousands of projects, and over I've seen how using these documents can make or break a project. It's actually one of the reasons why I created my Slay Project Management online course. It's why the course comes with so many document templates. Today, I'm going to share a beginner-friendly guide to understanding and using project management documents like a pro. Scope statement. This is one of the first project management documents you will create for your project. Think of it like your project's birth certificate. It defines exactly what's included and, just as importantly, what is not included in your project. So why is this document so important? Well, without a clear project scope, projects can spiral out of control with scope creep. And that's when new tasks sneak in or derail the process. They also lead to missed deadlines and blown out budgets. As a project manager, it is your job to manage scope throughout the life cycle of your project. Make sure you complete the scope statement with your project sponsor. This will give you a baseline to complete the rest of your project documents. Get buy-in early from stakeholders on your scope statement. That way you can use it as a guide whenever someone is suggesting, can you just add in one more thing? Over the years, I've coached a lot of students through major project blunders. To help you avoid these pitfalls, I put together this free guide on the top 10 most common mistakes project managers make. Do not let these errors slow down your success. You can grab this copy right now. Just go to the link below and start steering your projects in the right direction. Priority matrix. The priority matrix isn't just one of your key project documents. It's a key decision-making tool. It helps you identify which elements of your project scope, time, or budget is flexible and which are immovable. Now, you may be asking, why is this document so important? It helps you and your team decide what's most important when changes or adjustments need to be made during the project life cycle. Make sure you work with your stakeholders to create the priority matrix at the start of the project. Getting clear on project priorities early on will help you avoid conflicts later. I can't tell you how important this is. I'm going to share a secret that I teach in my Slay Project Management course. Getting this document signed by your key project stakeholders will help you avoid conflicts down the road. Now, why is this so important? Because this document ensures clarity, accountability, and most important, alignment. It goes a long way towards reducing the chances of misunderstandings or disputes later. This proactive step sets your project up for success. Project charter. Think of the project charter as your project's blueprint. It officially authorizes the project by outlining the objectives, milestones, initial risks, stakeholders, roles, responsibilities, basically everything you need at the beginning of your project. So why is this document so important? Because it sets a foundation, ensures everyone is on the same page before work begins. You should complete this document in the project planning phase using the information you gathered from your initiation stage. Fill out what you can on your own and then validate it and get it approved by your steering committee first. Then you can launch it with your project team. If your charter is solid, it will help you guide you in project decision making. It will also make it much easier to stay on track when challenges arise. Change control form. All right, change is inevitable on any project, but it does not have to be chaotic. It's normal for project stakeholders to come to you and say, this little thing would be so nice to have. That's where project management documents like the change control form comes in. A well-defined change control process will ensure that any changes to your project scope are strategic and thoughtful. This is critical. And this document, the change control form, will give you the structured way to evaluate and approve or deny changes to the project. Introduce the change control form at your kickoff meeting to set the expectations with your team plus other stakeholders so they know that anytime that they're asking for those project changes that impact time, scope, or budget, they need to fill out the form. Even if they're senior executives. Make sure this change request answers 3 key questions. What is the change? Why is it necessary? And what is the impact to the project scope, timeline, and budget? If you want to learn how to properly perform the change control process, dive into the monitor and control section in my Slay Project Management online course, because I teach you exactly how to do all of this step by step. Work Breakdown Structure Action Plan, also known as a WBS action plan. This is a shared project document that breaks down and organizes and assigns all of the project tasks, making even the most complex projects feel manageable. So why is this document so important? Because it helps you assign tasks, track progress, and ensure nothing gets overlooked. Because I promise you, the devil is in the details. So to get started populating your WBS, I want you to break down key deliverables into smaller tasks until they can be easily assigned and managed. You want to introduce your team to the WBS at your kickoff meeting where you can actually work together and break down tasks even further. And at the same meeting, teach your team how to use the WBS action plan for status updates. This is one of the best project management documents for holding people accountable. That's because it shows what each person is working on, when their tasks are due, and no one gets to skate by without doing their work when you've got that kind of transparency. I actually have another video that teaches you how to create your WBS. So go to YouTube search bar, type in Adriana Girdler, WBS. I promise you, you will not regret it. After action review. I always refer to this one as the AAR, and it's one of the most important project management documents for supporting continuous improvement. If you've been watching me for a while, then you know I'm a huge believer in continuous improvement. You should use it at the end of every project and when you're completing key milestones. The AAR allows you for a structured discussion that looks back to determine 3 critical things. What was supposed to happen? What did happen? And this is the learning. What did we learn from it? Now, why is this document so important? Well, without it, you risk making the same mistakes on future projects or milestones, and you don't want to do that. So when using the AR, make sure you keep it constructive and focus on the lessons learned rather than pointing the finger, because I promise you that is so not going to work. And it's important that you make sure your documents are there to help your future learnings, not blaming other people. All right, now that you've learned all about some key project management documents, you'll want to know more about how to avoid project failure. To get that, well, I've created this checklist just for you on the 10 most common project mistakes that project managers make. I will put the link below this video. If you still have questions about project management documents, check out this video on the art of effective project management documentation and reporting. Please don't forget to subscribe, and if you found this video helpful, I would be so grateful if you'd give it a thumbs up and drop us a comment. I'll see you in the next video.